How are you?
All right, I'm doing good. How you doing, bro?
Good shit. You feeling better?
Yeah, I'm feeling better. I got my running today.
What was it you think?
Bro, I really was out all Memorial Weekend. I really couldn't do nothing, honestly.
You're breaking up a little bit.
I said it took me out all Memorial Weekend.
Damn.
Yeah,
Couldn't have any fun, huh?
But I got my test. I just got my test back yesterday, and it wasn't Corona. I was negative, so.
Huh. Well, that's good, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Good shit.
So.
Back on your workout shit, huh?
Yeah.
There you go.
Getting my workout in. And do my routine.
You getting those times in?
Goals. Yeah. Today I got it was bad time, 6:49.
Let's go. Now, what's your best time?
6:10.
Wow. Damn, that's pretty solid.
So I just got to get back to that time. When I ran 6:10, I was running like around 6:15, 6:19, like that, right? 6:12, 6:19 every time. So.
And when was this? This was obviously a month or two ago, right?
A couple weeks ago.
A couple weeks ago.
2-3 weeks ago.
Good shit. Yeah, let's get back to that, man. Let's keep pushing each other, right?
How you been, though? How's everything going with you?
Been great, man. Got a nice little day off yesterday with Memorial Day. Got to relax a little bit, but right back at it this morning, getting that deck in. Yeah, do you have me on another computer?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Keep hearing.
Hold on. That's you on the car speaker.
Oh, okay. I keep hearing the echo. So I'm looking for possibly a bullish candle to form right here to retest this previous support on GJ. Let's break GJ down. So what's it called? GJ has been very bullish, obviously, respecting this bullish trend since the beginning of COVID, right? Obviously pushing up, but we're also respecting this bullish trend as well. Price is kind of pushing up from here. We had this consolidation area finally on the higher time frames. We got that correction, that pullback, price collected orders, and then we continued bullish. We did the same thing. This was last week and the week before, where we were just kind of ranging in here. And then we finally on Friday got that nice push up, and that was from fundamentals coming out of the bank possibly increasing interest rates, as well as the easing down on the furlough to give people unemployment and everything. They're going to ease down on that. So right now we reached 155 and 156. 156 is this resistance over here, and if you look to the left, it's this high that we created over here to the left as well. So right now price is reacting to that. So the last time it did touch that area, it just dropped, right? Now, obviously, different fundamentals back in 2018 than compared to right now, because the pound is very strong. Today, it's not too strong. The yen is actually a little bit stronger, but at the same time, the yen overall is pretty weak. But we had this strong move up, right? Again, back on Friday, where we just kind of pushed up. We had this resistance that was tapped, and now we're just kind of pushing down. So we had this range that we were in. We were basically in this range. Then we broke below, had kind of a fake out, and then came right back up. But we created a lower high than the high right over here to the left. So now price is pushing down, corrected this entire move, and now it's pushing down below the support. We have a clean move to the left on the 4 hour and the lower time frames as well. But I was just looking at the 4 hour here. So what I'm looking for is a retest of this support, and then price continue to continue to drop. I'm bullish on GJ, so it's hard for me to sell. That's why I'm waiting for some kind of a retest over here, where you get this bullish candle coming up. Maybe it closes a very weak body. We have a wick right here to fill. So as soon as this candle is passed, right, that'd be a nice entry for a price to drop, especially with some volume coming in. So that's exactly what I'm looking for this morning on GJ. So let's see what we get. It's the 15-minute over here. Looks like we're retesting. Just being patient. I mean, this was
Yeah,
a
I
nice
like
move
DJ
during
for
London.
sales.
What was that?
I said I like DJ for sales if it retests.
100%. And I don't know if this will help you, but I've always liked this.
Already retest.
This thing right here. You can see that the pound today is pretty weak. The yen is a little bit stronger. Overall, like I said, yen is much weaker than the pound. But today, when it comes to the markets, the yen is a little bit stronger today. So let's see what we get. Adds a little more confirmation for sales. Now, do you trade gold as well yet? Or you've been looking at it, right?
Yeah, all I trade is gold now.
Wow, good shit.
Yeah, I haven't traded GJ stuff and I don't even know how long.
You're much more comfortable with gold.
Yeah, I'm much more comfortable with gold. And I'm starting to be able to see gold really well. And I don't know. I think I just like how that, I know it moves fast, but I like how it moves.
100%.
GJ is so tricky. Like GJ's not really tricky. I don't know what it is. I think I just like gold better.
Gold is it's quick, man. I like it. You get a lot of opportunities on gold. So gold, obviously, we were in this corrective state, right? Just kind of pushing down, and then all of a sudden, once we retap 1680, we've been in this bullish trend. So, excuse me again.
Bless you.
Thank you. So it's very hard to sell gold right now. Gold is in an uptrend. We got a nice clean move to the left on the higher time frames that I fully expect to fill and come right up to 1950, and then eventually retest these ultimate historic highs at 2076. I have no doubt that we're going to reach that at some point. So I'm just looking for supports to form for us to take these buys. Maybe support forms here, and then we continue right back up. Maybe we get confirms that we're going to continue bullish to retest these highs and continue up. But right now we have a little bit of a fake out. We have this high that was created back on the middle of the week last week, right? Created this high, comes down, consolidates a little bit, grabs orders, and then comes right back up to retest those highs. But the thing is, we broke above. This is 1910, this level right here. So 1910, we broke above, looked like we were coming up during Asian last night, and it looked like we were coming down to retest this previous support or this previous resistance to then form support and continue up, right? But that never happened. We got a little bit of a fake out over here. Curious why that is, but over here, this candle, this 1 hour candle, strong 1 hour body, right? Very strong body, but no bottom wick.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. I was looking at that no bottom wick.
So what happened? Yeah, so what happened was we filled this wick, right? Filled the wick. This is a strong body candle body over here, but we closed with no bottom wick over here. What's up, Alan?
Hey, going?
How you doing, buddy?
Good.
Good shit, man. Good. You enjoyed that talk yesterday?
Yeah.
Good shit,
Back
baby.
tested already 1 hour today.
What was that?
I already back tested 1 hour today.
Let's go. Good shit. That's all you need every single day. You don't have to kill yourself. You don't have to back test 3 or 4 hours a day.
Yeah.
If you can, absolutely. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But as long as you stay consistent, it's just like what I was telling David on the Stairmaster. You want to lose weight, you don't have to kill yourself at the gym. Just do 20 minutes every single day. As long as you get those 20 minutes in, it's going to start getting easier, and then you can ramp it up. But right now, just focus on 1 hour, throw your phone on the other side of the room, and make sure you get it done. But good shit, man. But I'm breaking gold down over here. So we broke back into this range over here, and this candle ended up filling the wick over here to the left, but it's got no bottom wick. This candle's flipping bearish. So this is what I'm thinking about possibly taking a sell, but I don't want to sell gold. Gold is, I'm just looking for supports to form for price to continue right back up. I'm going to want to wait for this candle, this 30-minute candle to close bearish, if anything, because this is a nice bullish candle, barely a bottom wick with a wick to fill right up here. Plus, overall, everything is bullish on gold anyway. So, you know, if we miss this move to come right back down here, that's totally fine. If it's an impulse entry and this candle just comes right back down, but I highly doubt it. I think this candle is going to close bearish. Maybe a body like this, maybe a little bit smaller. I mean, if it continues down, but I'm good because I don't want to be stuck in this, right? Price could very well come down to 1903. So I just want to wait for this candle to close if I'm going to take anything.
Yeah, it could, because 1903 it's been a support a few times.
1903?
But I don't want that.
Nah, yeah, I'm not about just taking these quick
Around
sells.
19, let me see. Where did it?
Fundamentally,
1903, 24.
24. Yes.
1903, 24 has been support a few times, so it could come down, but that ain't worth it.
Exactly. If this candle right here, how about this? If this candle left a wick right down here, this candle closed the way it did, and then we passed the low of that candle, I probably won't maybe take that. I maybe would take that impulse entry. But there fundamentally there's no reason to sell gold right now. If you could grab these little scalps, I mean, do what you want, you know, but I highly recommend not doing that. Just waiting for supports to form and then buying the dips.
Those are not good for your mental, man. Those scalps.
What?
I said those scalps not good for your mental.
Oh yeah, it's they'll fuck you up. So it looks like GJ came right back into the range so far. Yeah, we snapped back a little bit. We did leave a wick to fill, but we are respecting this support over here. I just have this zone over here because of this order block and plus the support over here. Technically, you could actually put it right here, but we'll see what we get. If we get a resistance formed over here, candles closing in our direction, this might be nice for our sells. We got to check the range. I got about 12 pips right there. So maybe it's not worth it. Yeah, GJ is kind of rangy. GJ's been difficult lately. Let's see, EJ. Okay, so EJ, when I came to the charts this morning after my deck, we were ranging in here. If you look at the higher time frames, obviously in this bullish channel over here, right? Order block, and then we're probably going to push up. But right now, we were breaking above this resistance over here. This candle started pushing above, created a bottom wick, and then it started passing the high of that candle right there. Right? So then we just flipped bearish, past the low of this candle, came right back into the range. So it's a little bit of a fake out over here. We'll see what happens on EJ. EJ, again, very bullish. You know, Germany, France, all these European countries are easing their lockdowns as they see the cases starting to decrease. So obviously that's very good for the euro and everything going on in Europe as far as their economy is concerned. So we'll see if we'll see how much farther this thing goes up, but highly recommend waiting for any kind of buys on that. All these risk currencies you do not want to sell. If we're in a corrective state on the higher time frames and price is starting to come down, and you see your formation, you see your candles closing in your direction, you get retests, then you could sell. But other than that, just wait for the buys. Here, we're respecting support over here. Gold retracing a little bit up here. Alan, would you back test? You're muted.
DJ 2021.
Okay, cool. And
January.
any
So-
specific month?
No, started from the beginning and yeah, really gonna do
From January?
all the days. I did the whole day. It took me quite a long time because I needed to like get used to it and everything. So I took like 1 hour on the session.
Okay.
So yeah, and we'll do the same tomorrow and see how it goes.
Yes, sir. Good shit.
Maybe should we also do it in gold? So I don't know how to do 1 hour each, or I don't know how to.
Yeah, absolutely. The main thing is you want to focus on that one pair to like really master that pair. But I highly recommend doing both if you'd like.
Yeah.
Just so you get to, but take notes on both. See how different,
Yeah.
how they move differently during different times throughout the day, and throughout, most importantly, your session. But I was gonna say something to you, but I forgot. Oh, yeah, like I was saying yesterday, you want to treat that account like a real account. So
Mhm.
important. Just make sure that you're keeping track of the stats just like you are on your main account as well.
Exactly.
But keep track of everything on that. And like I said, it's going to be hard in the beginning. Your eyes aren't as trained. Your eyes, you're basically just kind of like trading that thing like a simulation account instead of a real account. But as soon as you realize that you need to treat that thing like a real account, you're going to be doing a lot of damage on that account. So that'll be good. Good damage. Holding support over here. Chris, you still been back testing on your lunch breaks?
Yeah, I back test on my lunch breaks. I back tested maybe a month ago. I back tested all of GGA 2019, and I'm almost through 20, but I just stopped because I've been on gold.
True.
With gold, I've been I haven't went back in the years. I've just back tested the sessions that I currently trade in.
Smart.
And just trying to see those sessions and see where I can, get my trades. I mean, gold has moved so much in this past month where I'm like, man, if I, would have seen it or been used to these setups, these is 200, 300, 150 pip moves. If you hold your scout, hold a runner.
Brutal. Great moves too, right?
Yeah, crazy moves.
I know. I love gold. It's a difficult one. It's challenging, and that's what I like about it. Let's see.
She's running right now.
Not gonna have Mate until Thursday. He's got school. You see what I was talking about with this candle right here? It's 30-minute. How we were gonna create a bottom wick and then maybe close right back around here, bearish. I still don't, want to take this because we're coming into this block over here that you want to watch out for. You really don't want to be caught in this. It's difficult. These aren't clean moves. Could it come down and retest this area? Absolutely. Well, I mean, based on the candle right now, not so much. See, we would have lost this trade already. A lot of people get impatient on a Tuesday. Let's say today's technically like a Monday because yesterday was the holiday and everything. So first day of the week, people get antsy and they want to take this. They see that. Like I said, if this candle wasn't so bearish, like it wasn't so big and overextended, is what I'm saying. Very strong candle, but it's kind of overextended, especially the fact that this candle has no bottom wick over here. But if this candle, let's say the candles close like this. Oh, wrong thing. So you get that bearish candle like this, very strong body. Then you get a nice wick that you could possibly fill. The next candle pointed this out many times, was like had a body like that with a top wick. The next candle comes up, creates a
It's not trash there.
You don't see no trash.
Oh,
there we go. Cool. And then the next candle comes down and then past the low of that candle. Normally it fills this wick and then continues down. Right? You got to make sure that this is a very weak bullish body though. But this is a very good entry over here. This, not so much. This was a strong bullish candle right over here. Let me just get this out. This candle was pretty strong. This candle had no bottom wick. This candle was a strong body with a nice wick to fill. See, we came down and grabbed liquidity in this order block over here to the left. And then now we could possibly we could possibly fill that wick up there and continue bullish. So again, that's why I don't want to sell anything at gold, especially fundamentally. What's up, Justin?
Yeah, good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good, thanks.
Awesome. You taking a look at US 30?
Not yet. I usually wait till around 9:30 because that's the huge volume push because of that then it opens. I feel like on the lower time frames with it not being in session, it just kind of bounces around.
100%. 100%. Yeah, pre-market, pre-New York is not too nice. Let's see. I want to load not this, but I'm gonna make a new chart just for US 30. Oh, I can't. I gotta upgrade this thing now. Let's see. Yeah, pre-markets are up right now when it comes to the market. So what are we up? 0.5% on the Dow? Oh, no, almost 0.20%, 0.2%. Everything's kind of coming up. I feel like it was kind of like some pent up stuff from the holiday, the banks being closed yesterday. So US 30 is obviously bullish as well, breaking above this resistance, previous support. Price is going to continue up. Let's see if we get a retest of this area, because this candle right here, this 4 hour, is passing the high right away. Looking at the 1 hour, we do have this support that was formed, which I do like. Previous resistance, potential support right here. Okay. Nice support right here. Price continuing bullish. Got a nice clean move up to this area right up here. Clean candles to the left. We'll continue to monitor this. Yeah, Justin, that's a pretty interesting strategy you got on the 1 minute now.
Yeah, it's and I know US 30 is pretty volatile to begin with, so to go in the smallest time frame, but it's something I was just kind of back testing just for the sake of back testing and just kind of watching it almost like a TV show, you know. It's just I was just eating something and I was just like and I was just kind of letting it play and I was like, oh shoot, oh boy. And then I kept looking at it. I'm like, oh, I might have got something here. And then I started putting qualifiers on it, based on issues that I saw with it, and it's been pretty good so far.
That's
And
awesome.
I'm not sure if it's the markets, how they are now, but I went back and back tested it and started back testing in 2012, which is when SoftFX data kind of begins, and it's been working out as much as I've been back testing it. But like I said, it was the only thing is I don't know exactly where to put stop losses, and it's not like you can do it above or below previous candles, because some of the previous candles are just so big. Your stop loss could be like 500 pips or something,
Yeah, no, 100%. Now when it comes to back testing on SoftFX, now actually before that, where'd you hear that from? Like watching it like a TV show? Because I feel like I just heard that from someone.
I'm not sure. I kind of just was just, I don't know, because
That's
honestly,
driving me nuts right now. Because I feel like I literally just heard somebody suggest something like that, where you're just literally watching it. Um, I don't know. It'll come to me. I feel like I just heard that somebody say that, and I thought it was pretty interesting. So when you said that, I was like, "Wow, that does make sense." The more you watch it, it's you're just gaining. Oh, you know what? What's it called? Robert Saleh. Obviously, we always talk football, but Robert Saleh was explaining watching film. It needs to be like that, where you kind of just expect things. I forget what the exact analogy was, but it was a pretty good one, and you can bring that into trading. That's why I thought it was so interesting.
oh, okay, yeah. Well, it was one of those things where I was thinking that, um because I was doing the same thing relating football to trading, where I was watching, uh, that Tom Brady, uh, Tom versus Time, or Time versus Tom, or something like that, and it was like the fourth episode of it, and he was talking about, going.
Time
He
versus
used,
time.
yeah, yeah, and
It was on Facebook.
yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And he was talking about watching film, and that he could just sit there all day, just watch, just to watch. I was like, you know what? I need to get like that with trading, where I can just sit. I could just sit and not, not just sit there and do the one thing, but just sit there to watch it, just to pick up on things. And so I've been trying to do more and more of that. Obviously, with back testing a set strategy, it's a lot different than just watching to watch, but and that's kind of where I just picked it up. So that was kind of how I
It's
came
awesome.
across it. Yeah.
100%, man. If you treat this like a hobby and this is your number one priority, you're gonna get very good at this. That's the bottom line. That's all it is. If this is your number one priority, whatever you put ahead of anything else, you're gonna do very well in. Whatever you're giving your time towards, So, if you want to be, me and Alan went over this on a Zoom. Like, if you want to be great at something, you got to make that your number one priority. It's got to be number one over everything else. Especially if you want to be great at something. Now, obviously, we have a lot of balance to do. Justin, you have a family. I have a fiance. We all have. Chris is married. Alan, I don't know if you have a significant other.
Yeah, girlfriend, yeah.
So you know how it is. You gotta balance everything, and it's very hard, especially as a business owner, or you're trying to get good at the hardest market in the world. You gotta balance a lot of different things, and it gets under your skin sometimes. But as long as you have your day structured and all that, and making sure that you have a priority list of different things that you have to be like. You want to be a dominant trader, it's got to be at the top of your list. You want to be a great family man, that's got to be number one or number two, one A. To be honest with you, you want to be the best version of yourself. That's what we always talk about, and it's very hard when you have all these different things to balance. Justin, you're still looking for a job, and plus you want to get good at trading. Then you got your family and everything. It's very difficult, isn't it? And you got fitness that you've been implementing into your life.
Yeah, absolutely. It's it definitely takes some balance, but you also have to make it your priority too, because it's if you don't, then it'll just
They'll say
it
goodbye.
can yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's it's very difficult.
Yeah.
It's one of the hardest things I've ever had to kind of master is balance with everything, especially adding this mentorship in there too. There's a lot of different things that I'm balancing now: driving company, mentorship, getting dominant at trading, my fiance. There's a lot going on, but if anyone can handle it, it's us. You guys are all built the right way. That's why you're all in here. So just keep up what you're doing and get even better at it. Justin, I'm trying to find this clip. I'm trying to hear him. Hold on.
With that, is that a good word?
I mean, that's nice. That's nice of him, of course. I really just have a strong passion for this game, and
In particular, this spring, what do you want to accomplish?
lifting the spoon up to your mouth and chewing and all that kind of stuff. It just naturally happens. So it's a process.
I want to hear this analogy again.
What do you like about this offense?
Offenses for a defense, and yeah, well, I mean, I think there's similarities in almost every aspect. In terms of high school to college.
This kid's very well spoken.
Same thing of just adjusting.
Jets, we saw, you got out to a hockey game.
Long Island, it's kind of just hanging out, and
Going off of that, what have been the biggest
there's a different look to this city. Homesick. I don't.
I'll speak only for myself. I enjoy getting to know you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. And I think where pressure comes is when you look to the future.
Right now, does it feel good already? Do you have a lot of work to do? Where do you
Guys get out of their breaks.
I was just curious what your reaction was when you saw that first game, because there's an obvious.
I mean, for us, I'm excited for the entire thing. Sticking within the offense, the plan is just work the offense.
I know fans are expecting
Keep pushing each other forward.
typical NFL with that matchup, but I want.
What the hell is it?
Sam, I'm opportunity is for him to.
expect him at this point?
He's bigger than you would expect. Attributes,
Like off the field, just trying to get.
I've been trying to work on, getting to know guys in the locker. I'm trying to do my best.
Damn, I can't find it. Let's see what gold's doing over here. Looks like it's dropping again. Maybe filling this wick over here. This is a high price sensitivity area that I do not want to be trading in, especially basically a Monday today, with the banks being closed yesterday. Hope I can find this. That's a great. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, well, really, Coach Solo was kind of used a good analogy of,
Can you hear
if
this?
you're watching TV and eating a bowl of cereal, learning the plays, the formations, alignments is kind of like eating that bowl of cereal. You're not really sitting there thinking about, eating, lifting the spoon up to your mouth and chewing and all that kind of stuff. It just naturally happens. So for me, it's working on understanding the formations, so it's super quick, understanding where the alignments the receiver should be. And then you start to pick up certain things against certain coverages and how guys run certain routes. And, it's like I said, it's going to be a process. Yeah, well, really.
Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, it does, definitely.
Eating a bowl of cereal, it's like you're not thinking about raising that spoon and putting it in your mouth and all that stuff, or just like athletics and everything. You're not thinking about breathing, but you obviously are breathing very heavy when you're working out and stuff. But it's the same thing with back testing and the same thing with trading. Like everything's got to be automatic, where you don't even have to think about it. It's like I've seen this set up many, many times, and I'm going to take it based on what I've seen in the past.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Yeah, I think that's kind of how if you figure out in your own mind, it just kind of gets you to another level. And if you're just to figure out your own strategy or your own perception of a strategy.
Yeah. 1000%. 1000%. So gold, where are we going with gold? I think we're going to the moon. all this printing of the dollar. I saw an interesting article yesterday, and I like to read this piece every now and then. It's like a month preview of, let's see, June. Hold on. I was reading it last night. Hold on. I get it. This website, mark to market. So I want to check this out. What currency? It was like a whole June preview of the dollar. June monthly. There you go. This gives you a whole preview. I'll send this into the chat for you guys. It's good thing to read. But yeah, there's really no reason to be selling gold. You just want to wait for the support to form and continue up, basically buying the dip. I wouldn't want to sell gold until maybe we break below 1903. Break and retest to continue down, but a lot has to happen for that to happen. We had that fake out on EJ. Price ended up closing right back into the range at 7. GJ, we need to break and close below the support over here for any kind of sells. Still in this range. Luke sent me a message. Let's see what Luke said. Luke, let's gonna move this. Cool. So Justin, you got a couple prospects, huh?
Yeah, yeah. I have a third interview today, and then I have a first interview on Thursday,
Nice.
and then I'm still waiting, and then I have another second interview with like a hospital, but their decision process takes forever, so I think I'll be waiting for that. But I've got a couple of things, which is good.
It's a pain in the ass, huh?
Yeah, for sure. It's a pain in the ass.
And that's why we're working on the trading skill so that you don't have to rely on any companies anymore.
Right, exactly. That's 100% right.
So yeah, this article I sent you guys basically breaks down why the dollar is so weak right now. Talking about some of the data that was coming out, relative economic strength. Where is it? Spikes higher in yields, such as the response in the surprising acceleration of CPI to over 6% at an annualized rate in the first 4 months of the year, were short-lived. If you just read through this, it gives you a good synopsis. I'm about halfway through. I got to finish it today, but I thought it was pretty interesting. Let's see, Forex Live, the best. So we had a high PMI day today. German PMI came out. This is all manufacturing today, and then I believe service PMI is Wednesday. Yes, all services PMI is Thursday actually. Here comes Chris. Chris is coming back in. So let's take a look at this. So anything above 50 means an expanding economy. What's up, Chris? He's back. So anything anything above 50 is an expanding economy. Anything below that means it's contracting. But typically everything is going to be above 50 now that economies are opening back up. So obviously everything is expanding when it comes to services and manufacturing. Spanish PMI came out better than expected, 0.1 point above what they were expecting. That's good. CHF manufacturing PMI came out a little bit worse than expected, but still, for some reason they don't have it in red. But over here, Italian manufacturing came out better than expected. French came out better than expected. German came out better than expected. And then German unemployment change is better as well. They just said that they were going to decrease. If you take a look at Forex Factory or Forex Live, where is it? Germany set to ease COVID-19 restrictions as infections fall. So that's obviously good for Germany. Germany is the main economy of the euro. So Germany is the main mover of the euro as well. You have complete euro manufacturing PMI coming out. That's much better than expected. Now, Italian monthly unemployment rate has risen to 10%. That's pretty crazy. 10% unemployed. That's not good. I mean, I think it's pretty similar to the way it is here. They're saying like 6% right now in the U.S., but I think it's much more than that. Now, for GBP, those of you guys trading GJ, that came out worse than expected, right? And I think that's why, you got these some of these currency strength meters. Pound is much weaker than the yen today. Like I said, today, but overall, it's much stronger than the yen. We got the OPEC meetings today. We have ISM manufacturing PMI for the dollar today, so that's going to be a big mover for gold. So waiting on that to come out. I'm sure that's coming out at 8:30. So we'll see how that ends up. Bailey speaking today as well. A couple FOMC members as well. And then if anybody trades anything in Australia, you got GDP coming out today. I believe yesterday we had, the rate statement yesterday, which ended up staying the same. So GJ, again, just kind of ranging in here. I don't want to take anything until we break below support right over here. Excuse me. Euro, we're still back in here. And gold, like I said, I'm glad we never sold that. What's up, James?
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you? You have a good weekend?
Thank you. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Thank you. How was your holiday?
It was good. It's relaxing. Got to enjoy some time with the family. Threw on Saving Private Ryan, and nice little tradition. So
every year, is it?
What was that?
You watch it every year on Memorial Weekend, is it?
I think it's a must.
Yes.
Puts things into perspective.
Yeah, it does actually.
I always forget that that's a Spielberg movie. It's so good.
Yeah, I haven't seen that movie in years. I said.
Oh, it's so good. So many people in it too, and I didn't realize that came out in 1998, which is crazy.
Yeah, and it's such a good movie as well.
Tom Hanks so young, Vin Diesel before he even had a career, basically. There's a lot of people in that.
Yeah, what happens in it again? Actually,
what was that?
What happens in the movie again? I nearly forgot at this stage.
It's basically I forget what company it is, but it's just a company that basically invades Normandy, lands on the beach and everything, and takes over the Nazis. But they end up going on a mission because this private that's in the military, he has three other brothers that just died, and they go to track him because he's supposed to be sent home after something like that happens. And I thought it was pretty interesting too that back then when you're drafted, the youngest son doesn't get drafted, which is pretty interesting. Just because, they don't want, the fact that they actually care, about families and everything. They don't want the youngest to go, but like if you have an older brother and everything, he would be the one that's drafted. But they find out that his brothers died. They don't want him to die to tell his mother that all four brothers died. So they go on a mission to find them. They find the wrong one, guy with the same name, just from a different place. And then they end up finding Private Ryan, which is Matt Damon.
Okay. Yeah. I thought it was a love story. Now that's what I forgot. It's been so long since I watched it.
Have you seen it?
Yeah, I had seen it, but it was years ago.
Yeah, it's a good one.
I thought it was those war stories that with the wife at home or whatever.
Oh yeah. every story is like that.
Yeah.
Let's do something. Sure. Yeah, this is great. Let me just look over the pairs real quick. I already did a breakdown of all these pairs. I'm gonna chat. Oh, there you go. So the chart. Did you take this? Your USD. Okay. Now, what made you take this?
More like, do you not see the wicks at the side?
Which wicks?
No, to the left. Over this side, all the liquidity wicks up top.
Right here?
Yeah. And as it started to break that, clear traffic to the left with the candle just to fill that. That's mainly based it off of it.
Nice. Okay. Good shit. You got a nice clean candle to the left. I mean, we are in order block over here, but you could have actually had your stop loss a little bit tighter too.
Yeah, I just didn't want to get stopped that way. Wick.
True.
I had a gold sell as well, and I closed it out at minus 0.2 pips or something. I wasn't comfortable. I know, I just feel so, since I haven't traded in like 5 days, I feel kind of, kind of itchy to
Rusty.
trade, but then rusty at the same time,
Exactly. Yeah. And that's why we say, like, it's very beneficial to, and I'm never going to discourage putting work in over the weekend, but sometimes when you put in a lot of work and you backtest a ton and you just want to get in the live markets, you end up jumping into trades and it gets tricky. But
Yeah.
you had a nice move during London this morning, right over here, and then price retraced a little bit. You had a low that was created. Price came right back up. Looked like this was going to be a fake out. Price continuing right back up, but then we closed right back into the range. Not much entry opportunities over here. Yeah, nothing as far as my setup is concerned. I mean, 1910 over here is a very tricky zone. So this is something that I wouldn't want to take a sell right here. I'd want to wait for a support to form to continue up because overall we are bullish. So it's I was explaining to everyone before, very hard for me to sell gold. That's why we didn't sell down here. You had a nice opportunity. It looked like this candle. We had this very strong bearish candle right here. This candle closed bullish with a wick to fill right over here. But then this candle created a little top wick over here. And then we started breaking down, passing the low of that candle. But I was saying that this candle would need to be smaller just because this looks so overextended. But also it would need a bottom wick. And then this candle needs to be maybe half the size, the body. And then once we pass the high after creating a top wick, that would have been a nice sell right here. But this area you want to be careful of. You don't want to be in that.
Yeah.
So so gold is the 1 hour, never passed the low of the previous 1 hour, created a bottom wick. Now it flipped bullish and it looks like it's filling this wick. Good opportunity for buys, maybe above 1908, I would say. Once we break above 1908, get a bottom wick right here, then we flip bullish. This might be an opportunity to take price up. 1910 is a very tricky level, but I think we were just grabbing liquidity down here to continue right back up. And we're going to get some volume during New York to push us bullish.
Yeah, I like the wicks at the bottom.
Yeah, these are nice projection. You don't want to get stuck in this. So let's see what we get. GJ still in this range. Don't want to touch it. And then EJ, he had that fake out this morning. US 30's on its way up too. 34.8. Had a nice clean move to the left. That it mirrored right over here. And then after that, are we heading to all-time highs at 35,000? Pre-markets are up right now, so it's another reason US 30's on its way up. Let's keep a look at on gold. We'll pull this up for James.
It's all high Olay collagen peptide 24.
Dude, these commercials are getting so old on YouTube.
Yeah, I have a YouTube Premium, so I never see any of them.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, well, I got it for free for the month. So.
Is it worth it? Like, would you buy it?
Yeah, because I can play things in the car, like let's say all these podcasts and stuff, and I can just turn my phone off and it plays away,
Really? How much is it once you get the premium?
It's €15, which is like $17.
Wow, a month?
It's costly, all right, but it's handy though if you watched a lot. And I watch a lot of YouTube. Do you know, like I got rid of Spotify because I just have YouTube now,
Okay. Yeah, I have Spotify myself, but I use YouTube for everything. But I don't know if I'd pay $17 a month just so that I don't have to watch commercials. I kind of just suck it up now.
Well, download the ad blocker and it blocks all the ads.
What's it called?
YouTube ad blocker. Just search that in. It's a Chrome extension.
Is it in the App Store?
Yeah, if you Google Chrome extensions, it should come up. And then you just put that on and it gets rid of all the ads.
There's a couple here.
Yeah, I have maybe like 4. I think I have 4 ad blockers on my computer.
Damn, you really hate ads, don't you?
Yeah. No, because sometimes it doesn't work for some websites. It just annoys me.
Huh.
So now if I go into a website, it has to ask permission. It has to ask me permission if I want to see a certain thing because there's an ad on it.
Wow. Huh.
It's handy though because we don't have pop-ups or anything.
I mean, they're just so annoying because they just keep coming in, and they just get longer and longer. Then eventually you can't skip them. Eventually it's going to become like real commercials where you got to watch like 2 or 3 before you can watch your program.
Yeah, like it's funny when Roger has Nick Shawn.
Nick Shawn.
Do you ever
Oh
see that?
yeah. He's like, why do you get your ads on my thing?
It's funny, like that guy is like, he probably pays just to go on his algorithm.
Yeah, that's kind of annoying.
And you think a guy with his level, he wouldn't have that. But it's a good idea, but like still, you're just
It is a
jumping
good
up
idea,
someone
but
else.
it's just like tacky.
Yeah.
Yo, hold up! Look who it is.
Yo,
What's
what
up,
up?
brother?
How's it going?
Good, man. How'd the move go?
It was good. It was a little tiring though. We
I
moved
bet.
when it was a very warm day. But luckily got it done, got through most of the boxes, just got a few left. So overall, pretty good. Getting us settled in here.
Good shit. Yeah, we're glad to have you back.
Yeah, glad to be back, man.
Good shit, brother. Glad you moved in. And do you like the spot? You comfortable?
Yeah, it's a good space. It's a lot more comfortable than we thought, and it's good. It's nice being in the suburbs for a change, just from being in the city for like 4 years.
What city were you in?
I was in Toronto,
Like
but now
the
I'm in
actual city though, or were you like on the outskirts?
in the actual city, but like in the northern part of the city, like near where like there's like a couple of major highways where they kind of intersect, like around there. So now we're like about 15 or 20 minutes north from there.
Okay.
Which is still busy in its own way, but it's quieter, which is kind of nice.
House or apartment?
It's in a house. It's basically it's in my parents' basement right now.
Good for you, man.
Yeah.
Good for you. So, forgive me for my Canadian geography. Toronto is Niagara Falls.
No, so Niagara Falls is like an hour and a half
What city is
southwest of
that?
Toronto. That is in I think it's just in the city of Niagara Falls, but like
No,
it's kind of close to like Burlington, Hamilton, that area too, which are a couple other cities close by. But it's not Toronto.
There's definitely a because I went to a Jets Buffalo game back in 2015 when we almost went to the playoffs, and we ended up booking a hotel by Niagara Falls, and there's a city right there. Very quiet at the time. It was very cold. This is like the last game of the season.
Oh yeah?
And I always thought that was Toronto for some reason. I'm gonna look it up real quick. Looking at Greece over here.
You ever been to Toronto itself?
I thought I was. Guess not.
Toronto, I would say, is not a huge city. It's like wide, but pretty short. Like it's not that tall.
What is Niagara
Toronto.
Falls? Oh, Toronto. Let's see. New York. Cornwall. Montreal?
No, so Montreal is like 5 hours east of Toronto.
Okay, but that's not Niagara Falls, huh?
No.
Okay, where's Buffalo, New York? Albany. Syracuse. Buffalo.
Yeah,
Here we go.
you see on the bottom of Lake Ontario right there. Yeah.
Here it is. Yeah. Niagara Falls. Yeah, you're right. This is just, I guess, the city of Niagara Falls.
Yeah.
Yeah, Skyline Tower. It's
Mhm.
very quiet in here.
It's it's a nice little area. I mean, like people from Toronto have done it so many times,
Sure.
but it's a good little road trip away.
There you go. How you said an hour and a half?
Yeah, around an hour and a half, so not too bad.
Nice. All right. So we broke down all the pairs basically. I'm sure you're a little rusty.
Yeah, getting back up to speed.
Let's get you back into it. So obviously you've missed a couple nice moves over here on GJ. We finally got that correction. I forget how long you've been you took a step away, but we had this correction on the higher time frames. This is the daily. So we finally reached 153, created a resistance over here, came down, consolidated a little bit, and then we came right back up to retest that high. Now last week, actually the past 2 weeks, basically the whole first half of May, or the second half, I guess you could say, we've just been in this consolidation area. I've been mainly trading gold just because we've been in this range over here. If you look at it on the lower time frames, very difficult to trade in here. Almost not even worth it. But you just want to wait for a price to break out. Now, the reason this move happened, now when price is in a consolidation like this, you need a strong fundamental catalyst to break you out of that range, especially like this. Now, what happened was they said Great Britain was saying that they would possibly be increasing interest rates, and they were going to come back down from the furlough period that they were in, as far as like unemployment and all that stuff. So obviously that's going to raise the currency when it comes to increasing interest rates. That's the number one mover of any kind of currency. The second, I would say, is GDP, gross domestic product. But interest rates is number one, because when people park their money into a country or a country's banks, obviously you're going to be paying a lot of interest on that. So interest rates, you're going to want your money in, let's say, a country that has 5% interest rates as opposed to 1% interest rates. Does that make sense?
Right, yeah.
So over here, that's what they were saying. It was, I believe it was a Friday of last week that we got this move up. Pretty nice. But right now we reached 156. And the reason we're creating this resistance here, a couple different reasons. You have 155 on the monthly, was a very strong level over here. Candle body closes over here, right? Previous support, previous resistance. Now, also, since 2007, we've kind of been in this downtrend. You know, the pound losing the value, the pound losing its value as we're decreasing down here. This was Brexit over here. That's a strong catalyst that brought us down back in 2016. But now this was the COVID tank. Now, 2008 market crash over here, global market, especially catapulted by the subprime mortgages. But over here was Brexit, and the fact that this right here was COVID, and that's it. We never broke the lows from Brexit or the financial crisis. It's a little fishy to me, but anyway, we've been in a bullish trend since then. But now we're reaching this key area of this trend line over here, as well as 155, 156 in this area. 156 taps because of this wick right up here to the left. So looking at the lower time frames now, we are now starting to push bearish a little bit on the lower time frames. We got a clean move to the left. Maybe we could come right back down and create a support anywhere in here. This is going to be a key area for price to form some kind of a support in here to then continue right back up to retest the highs like it always does. GJ always creates a high, comes down, consolidates a little bit, or just creates a support to come right back up. Most of the time, it just consolidates a little bit. So let's see what happens over here. Candles are pretty bearish. You got this nice move to the left to mirror. See what we look like on the 4-hour. Right now, we're reacting to this previous support over here, so I don't want to sell anything until we break below here. Because fundamentally, the pound is very strong. The yen is still very behind in everything that they're doing when it comes to COVID. They may go back into a state of emergency, kind of a lockdown situation before the Olympics, just to save the Olympics. Because if they still have this COVID running rampant, they're probably not going to be able to do the Olympics. No one's going to want to go. So it's hard for me to sell a pair like GJ or any kind of risk currencies like this. Now, also, not to mention, the yen is very far behind, or Japan's very far behind on the whole COVID thing. It's also a safe haven currency. So when other economies like Europe, like US, like all these major economies around the world are opening back up, they're pouring their money into risk currencies like the pound, like the euro, all these risk currencies instead of safe haven currencies like the dollar, like the yen. So that's another reason why the yen is so weak. Take a look over here. Messed everything up, didn't I? Here you go. This is the Japanese currency index over here. So since the beginning of the year, we've been very bearish. Right over here, respecting this trend. Price consolidated past couple of weeks over here, right? And then we just wanted to retest this area to then continue down. So are we going to come down and retest these lows over here? I'm sure we will, based on all the fundamentals coming out of Japan. But that's basically why it's hard for me to sell anything on GJ. But if we get a perfect break and a retest of, let's say, this support right here, that's a good indication for us to take a sell. But we need candles closing in our direction to get a clean move to the left to take this right back down to 154.800 to take it right back up.
Cool. Yeah, I like the reversal on that right now, actually.
Yeah, we're holding support right here. So this will be interesting. Oh. So I really don't want to trade anything in here, to be honest with you. There's not much range, because once we break above this 15-minute resistance right here, you got only like 10, 11 pips to mirror this move to the left to come right back up to 155.600, significant level over here. We could very well continue through that based on the clean move to the left, but you typically only have about 11 pips. So I want to wait for a break above this area to take price up. Nose is itchy. Now gold over here, this morning, it looked like we were bearish. And you could have caught a couple sells during London over here, but we had a nice setup over here that we were looking at, but we didn't want to take this because of this order block to the left.
Yeah.
And again, the fundamentals when it comes to gold, it's very hard to sell gold right now. Gold is going right to the moon, I think. Especially with, all the printing of the dollar, people taking the money out of cryptocurrencies right now. They're getting a little bit worried. They're taking the money out of cryptos and putting them back into gold where they honestly belonged, because gold is the real asset. Gold's the real, tangible product that you can hold and you can sell. You could turn into jewelry, all that stuff. Can't really do that with Bitcoin. We don't know what the future of Bitcoin is when it comes to government regulation and all that stuff. So a lot of people are taking the money out of that and just pouring it into gold. So I'm waiting for a break back above 1910 for us to take safe buys to continue right back up to retest these highs and then continue right back up for the rest of the week. So I'm looking for some scaling opportunities or for some buying opportunities to take this right back up. So let's see if this 4-hour candle ends up closing above this area and then we get a pass of this 4-hour candle, this is just like what I was talking about before, where you have this bullish candle right here with the wick to fill. If this candle closes something like this, I was drawing this when Justin came on before, closes something like this with a wick to fill, or with a bottom rejection wick over here. Obviously, it's got that little wick right there, but forget this is here. Let's see. Yeah, forget that's here. Let's say this candle closes like that. You're going to get a nice bullish candle creating a bottom wick and then passing the high of that and then filling that wick, I think. So let's see what happens. We need to pass the high of that candle right there.
Okay.
I love that setup. And when it comes to impulse entries, but the key is we have this wick right here, right? Now, if you look at the lower time frames over here, we were looking at that same setup, but on the other end. Very overextended bearish move, but very strong candle. Only thing is it's got no wick. So if this had a wick to fill right here, this candle closed like that. If this candle passed the low of that candle on the 30-minute, right here it was. So forget this was here. Forget that was there. I wish, no, I can't say I wish, but if this candle was smaller, this body was smaller, and it had this bottom wick right here, this candle was maybe half the size, right? With a wick right there. This candle created a top wick and then passed the low of that candle. I would have liked this coming right back down. But again, I still would have been hesitant because of this order block to the left.
Right.
So you want to be careful of that. There's no reason to be selling gold. You want to catch these little scalps, I mean, go right ahead. But you typically want to wait for the supports to form and we continue right back up.
Got it.
This is a small example of what I was just talking about right here. Right there. Oh. Right here. You see this strong body candle with a wick to fill? Very weak candle right here. You do have a wick to fill right here, but there's no downside. You have this order block to the left. So this candle created a small bottom wick. Past the high of that wick right there, this would have been a nice opportunity for a buy. It's just not as safe. I'm waiting for maybe a support to form right here to continue right back up, or a close above 1910. Let's see what we get over here.
You'd enter impulse above that red candle, right? The one with the long wick at the bottom?
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah. So on the 15-minute, right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, this would have been a nice impulse entry.
Cool.
Something like this. And this is something you can journal. I'm going to journal as well. I'm just not interested in jumping into a trade today based on the first day being back. This would have been nice right here. Come up and fill that wick. Got 17 pips, 8 pip stop loss, 2-to-1 ratio. So let's see what we do over here. EJ coming right back up. We had a little fake out this morning. GJ still kind of ranging in here. I'm going to just journal this a little bit. Give me 1 second. All right. So we have here. Two minutes. So, Ali, where you been at when it comes to trading? Have you just like completely stepped away for a second, just to concentrate on moving? Were you watching the charts and journaling the trades you would have taken?
Yeah, so I tried to watch as much as I could, just like for a few minutes or so, like in the mornings. But on the weekends, I went back to the week and went through all the sessions to see what trades I would have taken. So I tried to stay up to date with what's going on, and I did that with gold too, not just with GJ.
Awesome.
And my laptop only has one USB hub, and my trackpad doesn't work, so I had to have my mouse plugged in, so I couldn't even use Magic Keys this whole time. So I finally got a hub from work, so I can actually start using it now.
Awesome. Good shit. How's work going?
Work has been better, to be honest. In the month of May, it wasn't as busy, which is good. So it allowed me to focus on these other things happening.
Yeah. Yeah, you got a lot going on.
Yeah, I'm just hoping for life to slow down a little bit.
Absolutely, and it's very difficult to trade in those times. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
when you got a lot going on, a lot on your mind, it's makes it difficult. But that's why, you get that discipline in order, and you get your mind right. You're thinking the right way. You're gonna be good.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're not gonna let that stuff get in your head.
How's your trading been so far the last few weeks or so?
Been good. Who was I explaining this to? When it comes to scheduling, and honestly, this is kind of just like an excuse, but I could definitely be doing better. But just when it comes to my scheduling, kind of like what you're going through right now, it's been very difficult trying to do the things I used to do. When it comes to back testing 3 or 4 hours a day, like I used to be able to do that. I can't do that anymore. So you feel that rust. You feel like not being able to do some of that stuff. You definitely feel that. But when it comes to my strategy and what I've been working on, and I've been implementing new stuff as well, my mindset's been great. The trading's been doing pretty good too, but could be doing better. But it'll pick up.
Cool, good to hear.
Yeah, man. So we may be getting that setup I was just telling you about. We never passed the low of this wick right here. If this candle closes the way it does in the next 9 minutes on the 15-minute above this level, I'm looking for this wick to get filled over here if we pass the high of that candle. We form a bottom wick, pass the high of this candle, continue right back up.
Looks good, like you said, with how bullish gold has been.
Yeah, honestly, I may want to catch part of this move right now based on the fact that we're going to get some volume before 8 o'clock. But let's see. If this candle flips bullish, let's see some risk to reward scenarios over here. This candle just flipped bullish. I'm going to enter just 1% on this, anticipating price to continue bullish. Now I'm just going to manage my risk the way I normally do. But we just flipped bullish on the 15-minute after creating a bottom wick. You get some volume before 8 o'clock, the 8 o'clock open. We could continue to push up right into this area over here where I'm probably going to secure a certain percentage, probably like 50%, about 30 pips up. But we'll see how we do over here. Oh. Okay. $7.52 and we also have fundamentals behind this trade as well. We're in a buy on gold. Gold is very strong right now. Like I just said, fundamentals pulling money out of crypto into some of these safe haven metals. I've been very bullish on gold. Let's see how this plays out. GJ ended up being a dead. Long you on. That's
GJ just been love to range these days.
Yeah, GJ's been a little bit more difficult to trade. I've definitely been taking more trades on gold than I have on GJ the past month or two. GJ's been very different this year. I think that's where some of my difficulty has come as well. But you just got to adapt and back test it more, and that's all it takes.
Yeah. Or I guess just stay away.
Or stay away. 7:52 a.m. Tuesday, New York. Multi-time frames. And we got to close above this previous support over here. Wick rejections over here. We got this nice close above. This candle came all the way down. Looked like it was flipping bearish to continue down, but no, we grabbed liquidity down here and we're starting to push up. So I like this setup. I'll probably secure some at 1910 flat. Once we get a nice hard push before 8 o'clock. Anybody else in this? All right. Oh, nice. That's right, Chris. Has it been waking up, Ellie?
It's been good.
I know that's one of your difficulties.
So I think I kind of accepted, at least for the time being, that with the way my lifestyle is right now, waking up at 6 is too much pressure. So I've adapted and just started waking up at 7, and it's been better.
Okay.
because it's more reliable for me. Like I can actually be consistent with it. And I've noticed like the volume continues to be there, like 9:30, 10, even 10:30 sometimes. So I'm comfortable with that trading time.
Yeah.
Like between 7 and then.
Yeah, it's all, and you work from home, right?
Yeah.
You got like the whole morning until like 11 a.m. to basically check your.
Exactly. Yeah.
You got a lot of volume before London closes. So that's awesome.
Yeah, so I'm not too bothered. If I miss a trade between 6 and 7, it is what it is, but otherwise I'm fine with the trading time I have for myself.
It's good.
And honestly, like just moving has helped me get into like a bit of a routine. So it's been easier here, waking up on time every day.
Nice. That's what it's all about, man. I always tell everyone, like, a lot of people get very discouraged when they have a job, right? Where, you just want to be trading full time. I get it. It is what it is in the beginning. But guess what? If you change your perspective and you look at it in the bright side, it's awesome having a schedule where you work from 9 to 5 every single day throughout the week. You have maybe weekends off, whatever the case may be, but you have a set schedule every single day. So you could do the same exact thing every single day, right? So
Exactly.
let's say with my schedule, it's a little bit more difficult to have that set routine every day. I make a routine as much as I can, especially in the morning. I control my mornings, I control my nights, but at the same time, when I get clients to drive, this could be throughout the day, and I could get a late night or a late last minute drive that completely throws my schedule off. I can't let that get to me mentally. But like I
Right.
say, if you got a 9 to 5 and you're working every single day at the same exact time, you have an advantage.
Yeah, I've started to see it from a better mindset too. I used to
Yeah.
kind of see it as, like me having like a ball and chain at my feet, but now I kind of see it as um, I found a better way to incorporate it into my life.
Awesome. It's key, man. That optimism, nothing beats that.
Yeah, and since then, work has felt less busy, whether it actually is or not. So I think it's been better.
Oh yeah. And now, I'm sure it's very easy for that victim kind of mindset to creep in when work gets busy and everything. It's like, oh, I can't trade, I can't do anything. Just wake up a little bit earlier or go to bed a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
So this candle ended up closing with no top wick. So this could go 50-50 right now. So we'll see what ends up happening. I'm definitely going to be securing. Hopefully we reach 1910. I'll be securing a piece. But 8 o'clock volume. Candles were, market was closed yesterday. So we may have some pent up demand right now. Now, if this candle flips bearish and comes back to my entry, I'll be closing half. But I'm expecting it to continue up.
I've noticed while recapping some of the sessions that gold moves decently well during New York Open.
Oh yeah.
Versus GJ, which barely moves these days during New York Open.
You get that 812, 813 volume, typically around 815. Sometimes like 828, 930. Some of these times you're going to notice when you're back testing these pairs that you're going to have certain times where you get some volume pushes.
Yeah, NYSE Open has been great this year so far.
Yeah.
Pretty much for every currency.
100%. Yeah, I mean, you're getting a lot of that volume during NYSE.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I'm closing half right now. Chris, I'm sure you're doing the same. I'm actually also going, just leave it. There you go. Good shit, Chris. Minimize those losses. We can always add risk if we need to. But right now, I don't like the fact that this candle has no top wick. Yeah, we'd be about 24 pips in profit right now if we took this impulse entry. This is something good to journal. I want price to stay above this level. And if it doesn't, I'm probably going to close the full thing. We got a previous support here, previous rejection area, rejections all to the left. So if we stay above this area, I'm going to stay in the trade. But if we don't, then I'll probably close the full thing. Let's journal this.
Do you ever trade Asian session?
Yeah, if I see my setup, you know, I break it down for you guys, and if I get something that I like, I'll enter it, but not typically. I won't like sit here and like, you know, really trade it. I'll be doing other things, and if I see my setup, I'll set alerts and stuff. Then I'll take it.
When have you noticed volume start to pick up during the Asian session? Because the times that I've looked at it, like I see good valid setups, but then they just end up failing and not going all the way up or down.
Yeah, good times is around like 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Okay.
For Asian, you get a nice volume push. Sometimes 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. You get some volume coming in. That's on GJ and Gold. Other pairs, not too sure, but those are the two I watch. Want like a crazy bullish move right now. I'll probably re-enter this as well if we get like a support formed at 1910 again to continue right back up to 1950 or 1916 to retest the highs. Early morning. Gold is just playing around right now.
You read any good books lately?
Yeah, I'm in the middle of winning right now.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, this is a great book, dude. Have you read Relentless yet?
I have not, no.
Okay, read this. Well, actually, read Relentless first. This is his first book. This is Michael Jordan, Kobe, and D Wade's personal trainer, and this guy's mindset is like no other. It's this guy, Tim Grover. But highly recommend reading this. You ever see The Last Dance?
I did.
So he's in The Last Dance. I think the screenshot is from that.
Oh, cool.
But these books, dude, so good. Highly recommend getting the audiobook too.
Cool.
How about yourself?
Yeah, to be honest, I just picked one up for the first time in a while. I had this cheap Steve Jobs biography sitting on my desk for a while, so I just picked it up and it's actually quite good.
Oh, I bet. He was an interesting one.
Yeah. So I'm hoping to do a lot more reading this year than last year.
It's awesome. I think a big thing for you right now too is whenever you get the chance, or highly recommend just running this back. You've listened to Trading in the Zone?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm with you getting back into the swing of things, highly recommend running this thing back and listening to it on YouTube.
Good point.
Gold gold is just playing with us. I already secured 50, so I'm letting the rest run, keeping a wider stop loss. Shall see what we get. All right, let's time frame. I'm gonna break down the trades I would have taken yesterday as well. Wasn't trading, but I did journal the trades I would have taken. 15 minutes. God. Again, I want to hold this area right here. Uh, 15 minute. So this is the 15 minute. We don't have a top wick over here. We could just be creating a bottom wick right here to then continue right back up. But as long as this doesn't close below this area or really start to push down, I'm going to stay in this. It's the whole reason of closing partials. When you close 50%, you just let the rest run. And then if you start to get uncomfortable, that's when you can close the full thing. But right now, I'm still content with it.
And if we do end up forming this lower high, I'm thinking maybe by New York Stock Exchange open, maybe we'll get like a breakout trade going up.
Yeah, I would like that. Definitely. Now, are you still trading stocks, Ali?
No,
No, okay. So totally Forex now.
completely focused on it. Yeah.
Welcome to this side. That's where I started too.
I have not had any regrets so far since starting. So
Yeah, a lot more liquidity in here, and it's a great market.
yeah,
Easier to make money too,
I think so. Yeah.
with less capital at least. Let's take a couple screenshots over here. Got the 15-minute. We get the 5-minute. Always important to take screenshots of all the time frames. Just so you have an idea. Getting some volatility. Justin, are you in anything? You're just waiting for US 30?
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm just sitting hanging out waiting for 7:30 or 9:30 rather Eastern.
Sure. Just mapping out your trades. If you take a look over here at the 15-minute now, this candle right here has no bottom wick with a wick up here to possibly fill. So we could probably be coming down here to grab liquidity right in here, this previous support over here, this area over here as well, to then continue up to fill this wick. I've seen wicks like this get filled all the time. But we'll see. We need a bullish close here. Hey, Ali. You guys see how we just filled this wick? All right. You guys following here? Let's go. I don't know if you guys can hear me, but we reached 1910. What I did was I moved my stop loss to entry because what I did was I closed 50% to manage risk down here, and I just let the rest run. So I'm just anticipating price to continue up. I have my stops at break even, so I'm just gonna let it run. If we get to this area right around here, I'm probably gonna secure like 50% and let the rest run again. But right now I'm just letting the rest go risk free, anticipating price to continue bullish. So we're going to see how this candle closes. Are we going to close below 1910? Damn, man. Come on, gold, really? Gold is ruthless. Come on, continue up. Stop to break even. All right, no big deal. Let's see, what do we get over here? I may re-enter. As long as we never break the low of this candle right over here, I'm just gonna get these ready. Anticipating gold to continue bullish. It's a huge rejection right here. Yeah, I don't like it. I'm staying out. That's how you manage risk, though. I should have secured up here. That's all good. Barely lost anything. You guys still with me?
Yeah.
Nice. All right, so I got stopped at break even up here. Oh, 6. All right. Very well managed. This is all over the place. This is nuts. Gold doesn't know what it wants to do. GJ still kind of ranging in here. Typically want to stay out of this. This isn't a healthy close below support, by the way. I don't like that. It's got to be a clean close. EJ still ranging. But guys, I'm actually going to hop off. I have a drive. I got to head up to New York soon. So if you guys need me at all, just let me know. Reach out to me on Slack, and we'll obviously continue to talk about the session. And I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning. Sound good?
Sounds good. We'll see you.
Sounds good. See you, Ellie. See you, Justin.